Alright, starting the video back off where we left it. This is part 2 of the flashlight series. So, for this episode, we will be doing the battery drain. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to start off by making the battery drain system. So, open up your first person character or your character, whoever. If you're in a different thing, that'll probably be a third person or just a custom character. So, what you want to do is come to the event graph and create a custom event. And we'll call this drain, and then we want to have a delay coming out of here. We'll keep that at 0.2. And what we want from here is a new function. So we shall call this battery drain. So the reason we're having a custom event leading into a function instead of just going straight to the function is because in a function you're not allowed to use delays for some reason. So we're just calling the custom event to then have a delay to then have a battery drain, because we're going to be using the battery drain to decide to like cycle the battery drain. So within the battery drain we'll be calling the custom event again to then like have it constantly draining whilst the light is on. So we're creating a loop, but the engine will freak out if you don't have a delay, because otherwise it will like think that you're just trying to break the engine. So we'll just, yeah, that's what the delay's for. And yeah, so let's just get into this. From here we need a branch. So hold B and left click to spawn a branch, pull that out a bit, and then we want to grab our battery percentage, and then we want to get a greater than. So as long as the battery percentage is greater than 0, it will continue to drain. So from here we want another branch, and off this branch we want to grab the torch on, and we'll just pop that there and hook that in there, and then off of the false of the battery is greater than 0, we want to get the toggle light and put that down and make sure the allow is set to unchecked. And then from here we want to grab our battery percentage again, get, and then we also want to get it again, but this time we're getting set, and then we'll connect that to there. And then from the get battery percentage we want to drag off and press minus, and we want integer minus integer, and we'll keep that as 1, and we'll put that down. And then we want to call the custom event we just made. And so now we have a loop. And just to check to see if that is working, I shall grab a print string, which will literally just pop up a little message on your screen saying that it's doing it. And then I'll click on this arrow here, and I'm going to set the duration to the same as the delay, so just so it like doesn't fill our screen with numbers, so it just keeps it nice and tidy. Grab our battery percentage and drag that into there, and then let's just have a look. This should, once it hits 0, oh, why isn't that? Ah, I forgot to actually on the toggle light, I forgot to call the battery drain. So we don't want to call the function, remember, we want to call the custom event. So do that, and then now, yeah, as we can see the numbers going down, we'll just wait until that hits 0, see what happens. Alright, lovely, that all works well, and make sure that it doesn't come back on if you try and press the button, because yeah, don't want to find any bugs or anything. So close that. We can now go back into your battery drain and just remove the print string. What we will do now is create some more variables. We're going to make the actual batteries now. So we want to go off here and we want to get battery mount. And then I'll set this to integer. Duplicate. Set this to max battery amount. We'll keep that as an integer. And we will set up a reload system now. So what we want to do is go into your, press edit, go into your project settings, go down to input, and then press on your little plus. If this isn't here, you probably just need to click on the little arrow. So click on your plus, then we'll go reload, and then I'm going to set that to R, and then also add another one for later. We'll have interact. I'm going to set that to E. And so what we want is reload, the one we just made, and we're going to get, remember to set your max battery amount to something like, to whatever. I'm setting mine to 10, and we're going to keep the battery amount to 0. And what we want is to grab our battery amount, and greater than 0, branch off of there, connect that to there, and then from there what we want to do is what we're going to do from there is we're going to set our battery percentage, and then so we're going to set our battery percentage to our max battery percentage, and then we're going to set our battery amount, and then grab our battery amount, and then -1. And then just to keep that all nice and tidy, I'm going to collapse it to a function. So just hold on, just like highlight everything, right click, and then click collapse to function, and we'll just name this function, where's the rename? We'll just rename this to reload. Line that up and compile save. So we should now have, let me just set the battery amount to 2 and compile save, and then I'm going to test it out. So I've removed that number now. Actually, this is a good time to make the UI. So we'll make a new folder called UI. Open it up, and then right click and go down to user interface and click on widget blueprint. And I'm going to name this HUD, and I'm also going to create another one called battery. So from this we want to delete, so go into your battery one, delete the canvas panel, grab a size box, slot that in there, and then from the size box we want to get a border. Actually no, we want a horizontal box, not border, sorry. Horizontal box, and then in the horizontal box we want to put a progress bar and a text. And with the size box we want to, so click on the size box and click on width override and height override, and we want it for the width we're gonna do about 300, and then for the height we'll do 10. And then click on your fill screen and click desired, and that is very small. So click on your progress bar, click fill, then on your text we'll just change this to something like 0. Yeah, and then go into your graph, delete event tick and event preconstruct, and off of your event construct we want to get cast to first person character. That would be your character, so if you're in third person, in the third person template you would go cast to the third person, or cast to whatever your character's name is. So and then off the object you want to get player character, and compile save that, and right click promote to variable, and then yeah, compile save that. And now we've got that, we can click on this number or the text and click bind, and then this should appear, and then you should have battery amount, and that is the number setup, but the progress bar will be a bit more difficult. From this we want to click on the percent, we want to click bind, create binding, And now that we've got this reference that we made, we'll drag this into here, and we want to drag off and get battery percent. And from here, just drag it into here. We're not finished here, but disconnect that just so we can get this little like converter. And then we want to, from the converter, divide float by float, and then we want to divide it by 100. I'm only doing by 100 because my max battery and my battery is set to 100. But if you were doing like 1,000, you would then set this to 1,000. It's just, yeah. And then you connect that up to there. But the reason we have the converter here instead of like dividing here and then doing the converter is it just doesn't work. So just do that. Yeah, it's easier. So if I go off of battery now and I open up HUD, I can now go into user created, drag out battery, pop that there, click size to content, anchor it to the bottom left or wherever you want to put it, and the 0 is a bit of an odd place, so might uncheck size to content, and then I'm just going to pull it out, and I'll just pull it out and keep it that size. Compile save that, and then go into your first person character and grab your event begin play, and then create widget, and then from the create widget, I'm having a bug where if you the UI, it might be popping up on the recording, but I currently can't see if I right click, I can't see the scroll menu. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Oh, no, it's still not working. Yeah, so way to fix this is just close the thing. So just save, make sure everything's saved, and then close it. Alright, I shall reload. Alright, now that I've reloaded that, we want to set the create widget to HUD, and then off of return value we want to do add to viewport, and then that should be good. If your event begin play is already taken up, you can either add it to the end or just do sequence, and the sequence just gives you multiple execute nodes. So now we should be able to see how many batteries we have and what are... Yeah, there you go. So that's draining, and then so if I just press R to reload, yeah, fills up and we lose a battery. And yeah, you can't do it if you have less than 0. And let's just see if that's still, if the light still turns off, once it hits 0. Lovely. Alright, for this video, I think I'm going to leave it there, and in the next video, I'm going to set up the interaction system, as well as being able to pick up a battery, so stay tuned.